I just brought two women who get approached more than almost any women that I know. And they actually have a method to the madness. They know how to be more approachable to men. So I wanted to bring them on here because I told you I'm trying different things and I want to interview different smart people. So I have Camille, who is the offline dating coach with Master Offline Dating. Camille has literally been approached by hundreds of men using strategies to make herself more approachable. And now she teaches that professionally. And on my other side, we have Miss Caitlin V, who is a sex and relationship coach and also has a lot of really great tactical strategies on how to be more approachable, how to be more sexy, and also create really healthy boundaries so you can position yourself as not only attractive, but also someone to respect, which I think is really cool. So I'm going to kick it off with, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you in terms of being approached? What's like the craziest, like most shocking thing that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened?
Okay. I was at a nightclub recently with a friend of mine, and a guy came up to me and asked me if I was Polish.
Oh.
That was his line. Yeah, he comes up and literally just runs up to me and goes, "Hey, are you Polish? I think I saw you at that Mexican restaurant." It was pretty crazy. I politely said no and kind of like let him know that I really wasn't there. I was there to celebrate a friend's birthday and I was not interested. But this is the best part.
Yeah.
His friend, who was very cute and obviously very confident and had it together, comes up to me and goes, "Hey man, like the leather jacket didn't work," and points to his friend's leather jacket. And like, it was just, that was so irreverent and so funny and so memorable that I actually was like, oh, I would have a conversation with that guy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was.
But the lesson there is that she was open to it and they showed their personality and she rolled with the punches. It wasn't about the jacket. It wasn't about whatever they were saying. It was the fact that she was like, whatever, that's cool. I'll talk to you.
So Caitlin and Camille have different approaches in getting men to approach them. And so I thought it would be interesting to break down 3 tactics or strategies that you use to be more approachable to high quality men. Okay, so you got...
I do. I have a strategy.
Yeah.
So it comes to me naturally. It's very easy for me to pull off, but anyone can do this, okay? And that is just to do or have or wear something that makes you unique and sets you apart, right? Oh. Catches men's attention. It's peacocking, but for a woman, right? Just in reverse. Peacocking is when a man wears a piece of flair, something interesting, chooses to do something a little bit offbeat with his fashion, and thus sets him apart from the other men and makes him stand out, much like a peacock with their beautiful fan of feathers.
Wow. Maybe I should wear some peacocky stuff. My wife says that I wear this jacket too much in the videos and that this is...
Whatever makes you feel good, Jason.
That felt condescending.
Well, you could maybe do like a little pin or something that's got some flair and some flavor to it. And the same is true for women, right? Absolutely. We can set ourselves apart by doing something that accentuates us, that looks and feels good, feels authentic, and sets us apart from the rest.
So, for example, like right now, would you say that you've got flair?
Well, fortunately, my hair is my ever flare. Like,
that's pretty flary.
It's very flary. It sets me apart from the pack. It's kind of my calling card, and so I don't have to put a ton of thought into it on a day-by-day basis. But say you're not comfortable with the crazy haircut, maybe cool dangly earrings or a statement piece necklace or color. Something that just like really makes you stand out from a sea of like black business casual.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, to tag on to that, I like to say dress for confidence in the conversation. So Caitlin, you just covered the conversation part of it, but also dress for something that makes you feel really confident. You know, you do want to stand out in a subtle way so that when a guy does approach you, if he's commenting on something that you're wearing, your red scarf, a hat from your favorite sports team, whatever it is, then automatically you're now talking about something that you personally love. It's a great way to start a conversation.
And when being aware and situational.
Yeah, exactly. And just, if you think about it from his perspective, he has like a flash second to come up and talk to you. So if you give him that reason or give him an easy way to be like, boom, brightly colored nail polish, I'm going to go talk to her about that. And you're showing your personality. I mean, 20 seconds or 15 seconds into the interaction, you're already off on a really great note.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I would also say sometimes guys are a little bit oblivious to things that you might say, wow, like I put a lot of effort into my fingers, and these are actually really pretty fingernail polish colors, but the guy's going to be, looking at other things that might not be your fingers. So also maybe doing something a little bit flashy or out there, even just wearing a romper. It's like, I like it. It's like, it's stylish. It's a little different. You've got gold to it. It's stylish, and it's a conversation starter. So I think that's really smart. So dressing, you hear this a lot, right? I've said this before. You've said this before, dressing for confidence, but it's so key. I mean, it's like foundational. You've got to be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not going to be ready in like the day that guy crosses your path is going to be the day that you're wearing your pajamas and you don't feel your best.
Exactly. And if you're already shy, you just put a barrier, and even more, a bigger barrier for you to hop over and talk to him.
That's a good point. And to that point, if you're shy, what are some things that you do to overcome maybe anxiety or social anxiety if you see a guy and you want to be more flirtatious and you're just nervous?
So I'd like to use what I call my mind to mouth technique, which is as soon as I think something that isn't judgmental or harsh, I say it out loud before I can like talk myself out of it or overthink it. Because I think a lot of the women that I work with get really nervous because they're like, how do I craft this so it comes out naturally?
Give me an example. What would that be like?
So if I was at the dog park and I noticed a cute guy with his dog and he was wearing a baseball cap and I wanted to talk to him, there was something about him I really liked. I would think, you know, if I saw the baseball cap, even if I'm not into baseball, I might be like, oh, what cap is that? Immediately go ask him what cap that is. Don't think about how should I say this? Just say it. Because the minute you start overthinking it, the fear is going to start growing and you're going to talk yourself out of it.
That sounds terrifying. And it's also so true. You kind of have to, eat the frog. You have to eat the frog. You have to do the hardest thing first. And I did the same thing. One thing that we did is we used to just play games with each other, a little competition saying, okay, just say it, just say hello.
You're trying to eat the frog.
And it's really helpful to have like a wing woman or a wingman there as a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Caitlin? How do you deal with like anxiety or nervousness when you're trying to flirt or talk to a guy?
Yeah, one of the ways that I deal with that is remembering that he's probably as afraid of me as I am of him, right? It helps me to get out of that space of like, oh, there's something unique about me or my fear or what I'm worried about, which is not a helpful perspective to be coming from, right? So when I remember that other people also deal with the same social anxiety that I'm dealing with, it just helps me feel like not so alone in that moment. And it reminds me that like, I will survive this. I've survived other times where I felt anxious and this is no different.
That's so true. So really just being aware that everyone's human. And also, we're all thinking about ourselves. Like, everyone's pretty self-centered. I mean, I'm sitting here on my YouTube channel getting great expert advice, and I find it fascinating, and I'm still thinking, oh my gosh, this studio is so hot. Am I just schwitzing bullets everywhere? Right? Like, I'm seriously, but this is me, a relationship expert who's here about listening, and I can't even listen because they didn't install AC in my studio. Management company, I hope you're watching. So we've gotten some really great information on how you can become more approachable, overcome anxiety, but what if you can't find quality men? You want to be approachable, you want to practice these things. Where do you go? How do you find it? How do you find these guys?
They're everywhere, honestly.
Whoa.
Great guys.
That's going to be shocking to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Really? Tell me more, please.
I mean, if you like a guy, he's a human. He needs groceries. He's going to be in the cereal aisle of the grocery store. If he has a dog, he's going to be going to the dog park. If he's got dry cleaning because he has a job and wears a suit, he's going to be at the dry cleaners. He's going to be at the bank. Humans are humans. We're all doing the same things here. So there's no magical land of single men. But the good news is that every time you step foot outside the door, you can run into the men who are just doing the same daily things that you are. So always be prepared. Listen to what Caitlin and I were saying about dressing for confidence in a conversation. And you're never going to miss an opportunity.
That's so true. Always being prepared. Even if men aren't everywhere, at least being ready if there is that one guy.
Yeah.
Right? That's so true.
Yeah, and practice your small talk. You don't have to just practice and you don't have to just speak to men that you're attracted to. You can practice your small talk with women. You can practice your small talk with people that you're not attracted to, people who are obviously married, people that are with their spouse. You can make small talk in a group or an elevator, and it's going to make you
Be a little bit careful with this one over here.
Well, I'm just saying.
I concur. I mean, that's how you get into momentum and warm up.
Yeah, because if you just approach or just wait to be approached by an attractive man, then when you finally do get approached, you might be like, oh, this is a little bit rusty. How do I do this? As opposed to having had a lot of practice.
That's so true. So warming up, getting in a confident state is also really helpful. And this is actually something that I do as well. Like before YouTube filming, maybe I'll listen to some music or I'll call
Bon Jovi.
people.
We were all singing to Bon Jovi earlier.
And by we all, it was on me. If I could, I would have. Anyway, listen, okay? I did a lot of work to get these two very busy women out here. Okay, it was a lot. And all I ask for you is two things. Number one, if you found just one little tip here helpful from Camille or from Caitlin, please just hit that like button. Hit it twice, hit it 3 times, just hit it because it helps. Thank you. And also, please check out Camille Virginia, masterofflinedating.com, or check out Caitlin V at Caitlin, Caitlin V as in Victor, CaitlinV.com or bettersexcoach.com. Caitlin is actually a sex coach for men. So it's a really interesting perspective. I'm going to be having much more of Caitlin on here because she lives here in Chicago and is married to one of my best friends. And Camille moved from us, but you will be back to Chicago and we will film more. And Camille
Absolutely.
promised me that we're going to be able to film her picking up men on camera. So stay tuned because we're going to get that.
It's happening.
It's happening. Thanks so much. Please become a subscriber and we will see you soon. Thanks so much. Be well.